Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. Have you ever thought about how people afford to live full-time in an RV with the expense of gas, with the expense of the RV, with the rising cost of campgrounds? Have you ever thought you might want to do it, but you just don't know how you would afford it? Well, we were in the same place as you are. And today, we're going to talk about the top 10 reasons RVers work camp. Now, I put together a quick little list of reasons that were important to Cindy and I about work camping and why we chose to work camp our way across the country from state to state, work camping in campgrounds. If you've seen our channel before, you know that we've done videos from Montana, from Yellowstone, from Rockport, from the Gulf of Mexico, from South Carolina, all over the country, going back and forth and having our best life. So, the real reason we got involved in work camping is we knew we had always wanted to travel full-time in our RV. I retired, Cindy retired, we hit the road. Before doing so, we made an imaginary budget that we thought would be a factual representation of what we would be spending while living on the road. Within 3 months, we found out that our budget was not really very sound. And so we started looking for ways to make a living while we travel. We chose work camping in campgrounds. The first reason why is it reduces our living expense. We get a free or a discounted site at campgrounds. And as most of you know, the biggest expense that we have is, well, two biggest expenses is our campground fees and our fuel, propane and gasoline. But by work camping in a campground, you can either get reduced camping fees or free camping fees. The last season we worked up in Montana, and right outside Yellowstone National Forest, one of the most expensive places to camp. We paid $200 a month, and that covered water, sewer, the site, electric. What a deal. At this campground, we're managing it. We stay for free. However, our workers have to work a certain number of hours every week, and they get to stay in their site for free. So usually they work Monday, covers their site, and they get paid for any other work that they want to do. So that brings us to number 2, is earning extra income. I saw an ad last night for a campground this summer in New Jersey. Pays $15.49 an hour, all hours paid, free site, 20% off in the store, 40% off on propane. If that's not reducing your living expenses and earning money, nothing is. Sounded like a great deal. Number 3, stay in beautiful locations. We have been in California, in Santa Cruz, on the Pacific coast. We have been in Montana, not only in Yellowstone National Forest, but also Glacier. And we were down in Polson on Flathead Lake. Beautiful locations. Another time in California, we were outside of Pinnacles National Forest. So there's lots of places that you can stay and work that you couldn't normally afford. Meet like-minded people. So, you know, when we lived in a sticks and bricks in Columbia or in South Carolina, we hung around with people that we like to do things with. And then we switched gears to RVing, and we didn't have many RV friends. As we have been traveling and work camping for the past 6 years, we have met lots of people with similar interests that we have become great friends with. We're in South Carolina. Last night we talked on the phone with some friends of ours that are work camping in Texas that we met while we were in Montana. Yesterday morning, we talked to some friends in Arizona. We're in South Carolina. We met them in Alabama, and now they're in Arizona, and we're in South Carolina, still being great friends. Flexible work schedule is number 5. What does that mean? Well, there's lots of different programs out there when you're work camping that you can do. So like, we have a couple at this park here that we're at. They work 4 days a week. So the first day covers their site, the next 3 days gives them spending money, and the next 3 days they're out adventuring. So you can usually find a schedule that meets your goals and allows you to live the life that you want to live. Gain unique work experiences is number 6. So I was a police officer for almost 26 years, and then my wife and I opened a private investigations firm for about 5 years. So our experiences are mine's security, police, investigations. My wife is homeschooler, housewife, private investigations. And just at this campground, we've learned to build fences. We've learned to build picnic tables. We've learned to run tractors and graders and all kinds of stuff. Those are work experiences that we would have never gotten to try to see if we liked or gotten good at had we stayed in our traditional lifestyle. I would have never known how to design and build a picnic table. Now I've got a new useful skill. Number 7, explore new areas for free. Now, what does that really mean? It's not really free when we're work camping. We're giving our time for a product, but there's other hidden advantages when you work camp. So when we were in Santa Cruz, we had different advertisers that advertised in the park. And they allowed us work campers to go on those excursions for free so that we could articulate to our guests what a great adventure it was. Cindy and I got to go out in the Pacific Ocean and go whale watching for an afternoon. We got to take a guided tour or hike in Pinnacles National Forest. Now, that whale watching tour would have cost us $180 for the 2 of us. But we got to do it for free. Not because we're great people, but because we're work campers. And so we are getting to explore areas that we would not have ever gotten to do. Now we lived in a goat farm in Eastover, South Carolina. How many whale watching expeditions could we have gone on if we would have stayed in our traditional sticks and bricks? I can tell you, 0. And the price was best of all. I call it free 99. Now, Number 8 is something that plagues a lot of retirees. We get to stay active and engaged. I'm outside. I walk 11 to 14,000 steps every day. We are really active, really engaged. Excuse me. We go bike riding, hiking, just working in the campground. We stay active and engaged. I talked to some of my old retired friends from the police department. They're sitting on their sofa eating popcorn and drinking, I'm gonna say soda because I'm gonna be nice, but drinking a lot of alcohol and stuff. I don't even recognize some of them. They've gotten so big and out of shape. And you know what that's gonna do? In my opinion, that's gonna shorten their lifespan. This lifestyle has kept me active. Hopefully, being active keeps me healthier, which is going to reduce my overall expense for health care. That's a double win in my calculations. You get to test out the full-time RV living. So my friend Dwayne, I met him through this YouTube channel, actually. They wanted to become work campers. So they came and joined us in Montana. Well, they do it different than we do. They get to experience the full-time lifestyle because they go out for an entire season and work camp. But they have chosen to keep their home, and so they spent the summer exploring Yellowstone and working with us at the Westgate KOA or Mountainside KOA next door. I worked both. But yet they kept their home. They go home for the winter, visit family, help take care of their elderly parents. And so they're living the best of both worlds. There's lots of options when you full-time RV and work camp. And then the last thing is you get to support a sustainable lifestyle. Work camping allows RVers to travel sustainably by earning an income on the road, thus reducing your overall cost, making full-time RVing more financially viable. You know, that's how I started this video. Is we hit the road, I made a fake budget, and we thought that we could live underneath, I don't want to say fake, let's say imaginary. When you want to do something really bad, then you kind of make the numbers fit sometimes, and that's what I did with our budget. I found that was not sustainable. Work camping makes the RV life sustainable for us. Have you thought about work camping? Have you thought about becoming a full-time RVer? Well, if you put the two together, it gets a lot easier. So thank you for watching today. We hope you enjoyed this video and found it useful. If so, we ask you to like, share, and comment. All those things let the YouTube algorithm know that our content is valuable and will be shown to others. Thanks again, and safe travels.